My name is Stephen Nichols, and I am Vice President of Senior Housing at Woodmont Properties. I've had a 20-year career in senior housing, and in that time, I've worked through several different pandemics that have affected the most vulnerable of populations, seniors. These times have needed to be handled with extreme precautionary measures to ensure the lives and safety of not only the residents, but those frontline workers who took care of them, myself included. I have had the opportunity to work with state and local Department of Healths, as well as the CDC directly. During this time of concern, I've been traveling to each and every Woodmont community to speak with our staff members to ensure that they are armed with the best possible information to protect you, themselves, and mitigate the potential spread of coronavirus in your community. Woodmont Properties is committed to protecting each one of our residents. To do so, we need your help, as this virus extends beyond just your apartment. Coronavirus is a new disease, and we're still learning so much about it. What the CDC does know for certain is that coronavirus is spread a number of ways, mainly person-to-person contact. And this contact will be between people who are within 6 feet of each other. It's transmitted through respiratory droplets called microbial droplets that are produced when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby or possibly inhaled into the lungs. A person can get coronavirus by touching a surface or an object that has the virus on it, then touching their own mouth, nose, or possibly their eyes. Coronavirus may also be spread by people who are not showing any symptoms at all. Woodmont Properties wants to make sure that each one of our residents is also armed with the best possible information to protect themselves and the ones they love from the spread of this virus. Some of the information I'm going to share with you is probably stuff that hopefully you are already doing. Some other things I'm going to share are going to be specific to living in a community and sharing communal spaces with your neighbors, family, and friends. At Woodmont Properties, we consider everyone to be part of our family, and everyone needs to do their part to stay safe. Some basic universal precautions that anyone should take in ensuring their own safety in the fight against any germ would be to wash your hands and wash your hands often. Washing them with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you've been in a public place or blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing. If soap and water are not readily available, use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Cover all of the surfaces of your hands and rub them together until they feel dry. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, mouth, or any other part of your face with unwashed hands. And this is going to be a continual theme throughout this video. While symptomatic individuals should be staying home and protecting themselves and those around them, those without symptoms and/or those who do not know that they're infected could unknowingly be spreading this virus. If someone has yet been diagnosed with coronavirus, rubs a microbial droplet on their hand, then grabs a door, they may very well have transferred those droplets to that door handle. If the next person comes along and grabs that very same door handle, they could very easily transmit this virus to themselves or others if they touch their face, their eyes, their nose, or their mouth. The CDC also suggests the following. Avoid close contact with those people who are sick. Stay home as much as possible. Social distancing. Put distance between yourself and other people, at least 6 feet. We will speak about social distancing several times over this video. Again, remember that some people without symptoms may be able to spread this virus. Keeping distance from others is especially important for people who are at higher risk of getting very sick, the elderly, those with underlying healthcare conditions. Everyone should wear a cloth face cover when they have to go out in public. The grocery store, the drugstore, other necessities. Cloth face coverings should not be placed on young children under the age of 2, anyone who has trouble breathing, incapacitated, or otherwise unable to remove their mask without assistance. The cloth face cover is meant to protect other people in case you are infected. Do not use a face mask meant for a healthcare worker until there is no problem with supplies, please. Continue to keep that social distancing space between you and others, 6 feet. A cloth face cover or a mask is not a substitute for social distancing. Woodmont Properties realizes that even during quarantine, people will continue to try to keep life as normal as possible. That will include some activities of daily living around your community that could possibly put you at risk. I'd like to cover a few things that you may experience in day-to-day life, which you may unknowingly cross-contaminate yourself, and give tips as to how to avoid doing so. Aside from being in close contact with someone who has coronavirus, the CDC believes that another prominent way that this virus is spread is through touching a surface in which a microbial droplet of coronavirus has landed. Once you've touched this surface, touching your face will be the way that the virus is transmitted to you. Woodmont Properties realizes that you have many touch points throughout the course of a day. Trying to reduce these touch points while being cognizant of the amount of times you touch your face will be the primary goal of this video. If a person is able to reduce the amount of touch points they encounter throughout the day, coupled with being acutely aware of not touching their face, all the while protecting themselves with masks, gloves, and any other protective equipment, they're less likely to contract this or any other virus. Being aware of these touch points is our goal here at Woodmont Properties. One of the first activities of daily living I'd like to cover is going to get your mail. Whether it be the mailroom or the parcel room, you have to be aware that social distancing still must take place. Again, whenever you leave your apartment, do so wearing a mask or a face covering, and if possible, gloves. When you arrive at the mailroom or the parcel room, check to see if someone's in there first. If someone's in the mailroom, allow them to get their mail and keep your social distance. Once they have left, then it should be safe to enter the mail or parcel room. Woodmont Properties maintenance staff have all been instructed to sanitize both rooms on a scheduled basis. As the CDC learns more about this virus and how it's spread, there is a belief it may live on metallic surfaces for an extended period of time. With that in mind, be cautious whenever touching any metal surface, whether it's the door handle, your mailbox itself, a handrail. Be aware. Please try to gather your mail and parcel as quickly as possible, then leave the mailroom. Someone, just like you, may have been trying to get their mail as well. And if everyone is practicing the social distancing techniques we're discussing, they should be waiting patiently outside of the room for you to leave. Once you have returned to your apartment, please make sure you wash your hands with soap and hot water vigorously for at least 20 seconds. Another activity you need to be aware of your touch points is when you are taking out the trash. Be cognizant that someone else has probably touched the door handles, the trash bins, the trash chute, handrails along the way. Be aware of what it is that you were touching and try to be aware not to touch your face when you are performing these tasks. Once again, when you return to your apartment, wash your hands, soap and hot water vigorously for 20 seconds. When you are in your apartment, be aware of the major touch points that exist. Door handles, microwave handles, dishwasher handles, kitchen and bathroom faucets, your home and cellular telephones, your personal computer, remote controls, light switches, other appliances, cabinetry, anything else you might touch quite often. Again, you might not realize that you've come in contact with coronavirus. Wiping down and disinfecting these items, especially with disinfectant wipes or some other disinfectant solution, will keep you safe in your home. Woodmont Properties has amenities and amenity spaces that are designed to keep you active, healthy, and engaged in social activity. Unfortunately, with this virus, Congregate activities can be a main contributing factor to the spread. As you're probably already aware, communal areas such as the community room and the gym have been closed. This is and continues to be for your safety. There are areas and surrounding the grounds that are inviting to congregate activity. The CDC recommends limiting congregate activities and completely avoiding them altogether. If you intend on going for a walk, or specifically the dog park, please do not congregate. Remember, this is a difficult time for all, and practicing these social distancing techniques has already shown positive results in the coronavirus numbers since they've been implemented. If we could all strictly adhere to the guidelines that the CDC has proposed, together we can get through this and return to life as normal. Another important aspect that we all need to realize is that many of your fellow neighbors are also home. And they're home throughout the course of the day instead of being at work. Please try to be conscious of the noise level coming from your apartment and courteous to your neighbors and those around you. These are unusual circumstances that we all face. Woodmont Properties realizes that this could be stressful, that cabin fever is real, and your home is your safe haven. Please be aware that your neighbor feels the exact same way. And the only way we all get through this is by getting through it together. I hope this video has provided some valuable information that you can implement and share. Woodmont Properties is doing everything we can to mitigate the potential spread of this virus amongst our staff. Your help is essential in containing and eventually overcoming these difficult times. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe, stay home.